students, today I am going to explain you the next topic, that is modals. What is modal? Modals are the verbs which are used with other verbs to express ability, possibility, permission, obligation, etc. These are called modals. So modals are the verbs which are used with other verbs to express ability, possibility, permission, obligation, etc. Many modals are there. So first of all, I am going to explain. First is shall. The use of shall. Uses of shall. Shall is also a modal. Shall is uses with the first person, shows pure future. We use with the first person. First person, I and we. I and we is called the first person. The person who is the speaker, that is called the first person. And it shows pure future. For example, I shall be in my class at this time tomorrow. Here, first person, I is the first person, shows pure future. So, shall is using for the word, the first person shows pure future. So, how can we use the shall? Next is, shall is using with second and third person. Second and third person, that is, second person is you. The person we are speaking to, that is called you. Second person. Third person, he, she, it, any name, and they. They are called the third person. The person speaking of, that is called third person. And for this we will use as a promise, command, and threat. Promise example is there. You shall get a prize. Here it is using, shall is using as a promise. You shall get a prize. Command, you shall not come. We have used with the second person here. You shall not come to my house. It's a command. So here shall is using as a command. Next is threat. You shall be punished. You shall be punished for your misconduct. So here we have used shall with the second person or third person. Second person we have used here as a promise. When you will do the promise, at the time we can use shall. When any command is there, at that time we will use the shall. When threat is there, at the time we will use shall. Next is uses of should. Uses of should. This is the next modal. Where we will use should. Should is using with the obligation, probability, or expectation. Should is using for the obligation, probability, or expectation. So here the example of obligation is, we should serve our parents. Here we will use should. Probability here, he was in the final years of, he was in the final year of MBBS. He should be a, he should be a doctor now. So here probability or expectation is there. We are expecting. When we are expecting anything from anyone, so at the time we will use should. So here how to use should, where to use should, we have just given here obligation, probability and expectation. Next is uses of will. Use of will. Use of will with the third person. Shall have we have used with the first person? That shows pure future. But here will is used for the pure future, but we will use with the to whom? The third person. And third person is the person speaking of. Like he, she, it, any name and they. With these we will use they all are the third person. So here we will use will with these third person. So use of will with first and second person shows wish. When we will use first or second person, that shows wish, request, determination, willingness and threat. So here wish example is there. I will go home now. So here with the first person we have used will when we just wish for anything. When request is there, will you please lend me your bike? So here we have used will with the second person, and second person when we will use will with the second person, it shows the request is there. Next is determination. I will find out the truth. This is the we have used the will with the first person. So here the determination, certainty is there. So person is determined. So here he is using what? The first will with the first person. Next is willingness. I will lend you my pen. He is willing. The person is willing. The first person is willing to lend second person anything. So here we have used will with the first person. It shows the willingness. Threat. When threat is there, I will surely punish him. I will surely punish him. So here there is a threat. With first person when we will use will, it is showing the wish, request, determination, willingness and threat. When first or here second person we will use, normally we are using will with the third person. But when we will use with the first or second person, at that time it will become wish, request, determination, willingness and threat.